Alright everyone, welcome back.
おうよ。桜をその気にさせるのはわしではできん。わしはちとあれに嫌われすぎてしまったからな。お主か信じどちらかにあれの席を壊してもらわねばならなかった。桜が自らの影を受け入れるにはこの世に絶望してもらわねばならなかったからの。いやはやこれはわしの過ちじゃ。あれの精神力を甘く見ておった。簡単に決壊すると思ったが、あれは決して自分から崩れはしない。よもやあれがあそこまで我慢強く育つとは思わなんだ。
My nerves condense. Before I even understand what he's saying, I clench my right fist, open my magic circuit and...
いや、欲を言えば、お主の手で桜を裏切って欲しかったのだぞ。それならば、あのように半端な覚醒ではとどまらず、心身ともに影そのものに変わり果てたであろう。だがまあ、それも時間の問題よな。神事の死をもってあれはようやく自分の立場を受け入れた。あとは見ているだけでよい。あれは本能の赴くままに人を襲い、その暴食ゆえに自滅する。わしの仕事はその後ということ。
I punch the wall. With all my might, I lash out the darkness where the voice is coming from. I unconsciously fill my hand with magical energy which is transmitted into the wall and sweeps the darkness from the room.
おほほほ、これは怖い。監視役にと残した虫どもが軒並み潰れおったわ。これではすぐに声すら届かなくなるな。
うるせえ、出てこい雑剣。ここで八つ咲きにしてやる。
いやいや、残念だがそういうわけにもいかぬ。マキリ500年の祝願にようやく手が届いたのだ。ここでお主に殺されるわけにもいかぬし、お主を仕留めるほど恩知らずでもないのでな。
恩知らずだと？ふざけるな。誰がお前に尻尾を振った？
振ったとも。お主はあそこまで桜を育ててくれたではないか。あの娘に他者を欲するという感情を教え込んだのは他ならぬお主よ。そう、わしは感謝しておるよ、エミヤシロ。こたびの儀はお主がいてこその成功だった。故に殺しはせん。お主には見事成長したあれの姿を見てもらわねばならんからの。
雑剣。
もはや誰にも止められん。兄を殺したあれは立ち止まることなどできん。アインツベルンの聖杯、あの小娘が取り込んだアーチャーの魂を取り込み、門に至る鍵を奪う。させれば罪だ。我がマキリの悲願、第三法の再現がついに果たされるのみよ。
The annoying laugh echoes through the room. I quickly go back home. Can't forgive Zoken. I'm always torn. I can't forgive Zoken, but I think we're better off quickly heading home. Hold on. Steal Einsburn's holy grail. I run. I don't care about the laughter. I'm sure he's watching me from a safe place. There's no time to let an old man's drivel get to me.
そうだ、急がよいエミヤシロ。すでに桜は国化しておる。イリアスフィールを捕らえれば容赦なく飲み下すぞ。
I kick the ground hard enough to tear my legs off.
イリア、ぶして。
It'll take 20 minutes to get to my house even if I run full speed. I glare at the gray sky and run frantically back to Ilya. The girl is looking up at the sky. The gray sunlight dulls her silver hair and red eyes.
そうね。シローが帰ってきたら言わなくっちゃ。
Ilia's veil talks to herself. The Emiya household is quiet. Shiro and Rin went to find Sakura. Ryder naturally is nowhere to be seen, leaving Ilia as the only one here.
天の杯。200年前に作られた一番初めの約束の土地。この感じじゃもう軌道が始まってる。
Who thought it was a good idea to leave this girl alone? This is the fifth Holy Grail war in Fuyuki. The Holy Grail has been summoned into different places each time, but it has returned to the original site for this war. It's only natural. They use one of the gates located at the 4 compass points and move on to the next when one fails. The first was the Ryodo Temple. The second was Tosaka Household. The third was the church on top of the hill. The fourth was that burned field. Then this summoning returns to the site of the first. The point of origin. The false utopia that sets the rules of the Holy Grail War.
英霊の魂で満ち足りた聖杯。それをもって門を開くのが彼らが目指した奇跡だけど、まさか開けてもいないのに中に住んでしまうものが出るなんて。
Ilia murmurs in disbelief. This is far away from Einsburn's dearest wish. They have failed. The disaster that will be born is a far cry from what they wished for.
放っておけばいい。私の役目は開けることだもの。閉じろなんてこと誰も私に言わなかった。
And she couldn't possibly close it even if she tried. Mato Sakura excels in her ability as the Holy Grail. Einsburn's Holy Grail cannot do anything to the gate opened by Makiri's Holy Grail. Mato Zoken thinks he opened the same gate, but in reality, he opened a completely different one. The only ones aware of this are the Holy Grails, the girl and Mato Sakura.
間に合うかな、シロー。シローが間に合うなら一緒にどこか遠くに逃げてもいいけど。
She looks up at the sky. The girl is wavering. She doesn't know whether to choose the role imposed on her or the desire born from within her.
でもね、シロー。どっちにしたって死んじゃうことに変わりはないんだよ。
The result is the same. Regardless of whether she goes to the gate as the Holy Grail or runs away, she will die. Which is her true self? She asks the gray sky for an answer. That's why she doesn't notice. The person who came through the door with, "And I'm home." Did she slip through the boundary field or did it not consider her a trespasser? Slowly, she moves from the living room to the yard without a sound, then reaches out to the girl sitting at the porch.
ずいぶん遅いお帰りね、さくら。今までどこに行ってたの？姉さん。
The trespasser Mato Sakura stops her hand. She looks away from Ilia and to Tosaka Rin, who has been waiting for her in the yard.
イリアから離れなさい。それ以上近づいたら容赦なく撃ち抜くわ。
I'm thankful she stayed behind then, because I thought she left with Shiro to find Sakura. Everyone here knows it's an empty threat. No empty threat.
無駄なことなのに。あ、それでリンの気が済むならいいけど。
Ilia's veil starts walking without showing any surprise. The girl walks to the edge of the yard as if to watch over the two's confrontation.
そう。初めからここで待っていたんですね、姉さん。私がイリアちゃんを誘いに来ると読んでたんだ。まあね、私にはシローと違ってあんたを助ける理由がないもの。いよいよとなったらイリアをさらいに来るのは明白でしょ。そうでなくても一度前科があるんだから、イリアを見張るのは当然よ。
Sakura's brows twitch at Shiro's name, showing unhappiness. She shows undisguised hatred that would surprise anyone who knew her previous self.
ひどいな。姉さんはいつもそう。そうやって決めつけて、私をバカにするんです。自分は綺麗だからって、汚れた私を見下している。本当に嫌な人。ねえ姉さん、私そんなに悪い子ですか？
Her voice contains no emotion. The question alone should send a chill up anyone's spine.
当たり前じゃない。この家を出た時点で救いきれない大バカよ。あんたは麻藤さくらを守りたがってたやつを最後まで信じてやらなかったんだから。
But Tosaka Rin gives a firm reply. Sakura looks down, as if acknowledging the truth of her mistake.
でも私はそれが最良だと思ったなんて言わないで。私たちは外に出るなって言ったのよ。それに異論があったならまず相談しろっていうのよ。なのにあんたは黙って出て行った。一人きりで今までと全く同じ失敗を繰り返した。本当に呆れたわ。そんなことも守れないから他人にいいようにつけ込まれるのよ、あんたは。そうですね。確かに今まではそうでした。けど姉さん、私もう弱くなんてありません。これからは姉さんが家にこもっていてください。先輩は私が守りますから。
Her coat stared at emitting ominous shadow. Realizing that it's as she feared, Rin takes a step back. Not knowing that her hesitation is the last trigger that drives Mato Sakura.
どうしたんですか姉さん。そんな風に背中を丸めてるとまるで私に怯えているように見えますよ。
It's too late when she clucks her tongue. No, it's not too late or anything. When Sakura reached for Ilias' veil, it was already too late.
そう、もう部屋でおとなしくしてる気はないってこと？ええ、姉さんの言うことなんてもう聞きません。だって私の方が強いもの。
Holy crap. The shadow dances. Many shades of darkness emerge from the ground below Sakura and engulf the yard. And from the shadow,
さくら、あんた。
emerges a swordsman who is contaminated in black.
セイバー、聖杯を捕まえて。抵抗するようなら多少の乱暴は構わないから。
Black Saber obeys without a word. There's no doubt about it. What that shadow is. Tosaka Rin bites her lip, seeing what kind of fate awaits a servant swallowed by the mud. And that instant, a merciless attack. A shadow with magical energy far surpassing that of Tosaka Rin is fired. She rolls as she lands. The fired shadow is on the same level as the black shadow. It'll be the end if it touches her. If it even grazes her, it'll stick to her skin, covering her in an instant. And after that, if Tosaka Rin is swallowed by the mud that even a servant cannot escape, she'll be absorbed without a hope of resistance. The black tentacles whip towards her in rapid succession. Rin realizes that the attacks are not from the Black Shadow, but a magic Sakura possesses. That magic of Mato is to bind others, but Sakura is originally from the Tosaka family, a shadow user with an origin of the imaginary element, the imaginary number. But Sakura is able to embody the Black Shadow to that degree because she has both of those attributes. She's easily cornered. Their magical energy capacities are too unevenly matched. Sakura's magical energy is infinite. Her capacity reaches 100 million. To Rin, whose capacity is a mere 300, Sakura is a monster. She controls both the Black Shadow and Saber, who has the greatest magical energy out of all the servants. Even a servant will not be able to match with such a monstrous magus.
魔術自体は単純だけど とにかく量が違いすぎる。
She stares at what Sakura has become, gasping for breath. She has no chance of winning and she cannot escape. It'd be a different story if she had a source of magical energy like the Holy Grail, but she doesn't have such a thing.
と言っても魔力の供給源としちゃこの世界で聖杯と同レベルのものなんてないんだけど。
She suppresses her frustration by grumbling.
ダメですよ姉さん。そんなところで立ち止まったら危ないじゃないですか。
Sakura points her hand at Rin without hesitation. There's no mercy. Sakura smiles, enjoying the absolute dominance.
さあもっと遊びましょう姉さん。最後には捕まってしまうでしょうけどそれまで可愛く逃げてくださいね。
She smiles at her beloved sister. The result is as obvious as she says. Rin cannot get away from the shadow. Sakura can quickly cover the whole house with the shadow if she wishes. As Sakura slowly expands the extent of the shadow, Rin is defeated without being able to do anything. The black shadow covers Tosaka Rin. The gel-like mud tightly binds Rin's body, turning into numerous tongues to invade her magic circuit.
なんだそこまでですか。思っていたほど強くないんですね姉さんは。
She looks down at her helpless sister. Wild breathing and heated cheeks. Her older sister is covered with heavy oil, exciting even Sakura, who is of the same sex.
さくら
Her face is left uncovered, perhaps because Sakura wants to enjoy her pain.
こ
Rin swallows her contempt and glares back at Sakura. But that's only for a few seconds. The mud that stirs her body violates her internal organs.
それじゃあいただきますね。これ楽しみだったんです。魔術師から魔力を食べるのは初めてだから。
The jet-like shadow tightens around Tosaka Rin. The meal doesn't even last a second.
おいしい。満腹には程遠いけど少しは足しになりました姉さん。
The last traces of magical fate from Tosaka Rin. That's the end. Head down and chest heaving, Rin has no power to resist. She has no way to fight back, but
それだけじゃダメだ。ここで殺しておかないと。次は私が。
will lose to Nessan. It's a groundless assumption. The difference in their powers will never be overturned, but Sakura is firmly convinced that she will lose if they fight again. So she has to kill her here. Taking her magical energy and leaving her powerless isn't enough. She has to kill Rin here, just as Rin tried to do to her. She tries to convince herself as she opens her palms.
姉さん、ここで。
The shadow doesn't extend. She trembles, gaze focused on her weakened sister, and
Sakura!
the person she least wants to see catches up to her. Just in the nick of time.
何が起きてる
It's obvious that something's going on in the yard. A damp magical energy that makes me want to vomit is swirling so much that I can almost touch it. I'd feel the abnormality even if it weren't a magus. I was prepared for it, but I get dizzy the instant I see it. Tosaka is covered by a shadow like coal tar. Ilya is standing at the side of the yard, and Black Saber is standing in front of her. And in the middle of the yard is Sakura, pointing her hand at Tosaka.
Sakura!
I jump into the yard. I have to help them both, but Tosaka's the most in danger right now. Covered in coal tar, Tosaka looks pale, and it looks like her life's in danger.
父さんおいしっかりしろバカ
There's no reply.
待ってろすぐ剥がしてやるこんなの
I tear away the mud that's covering her. The mud is gelatinous, but it's just like a rubber. I can't grab it, and even if I pull it off of her body, it just bounces back onto her.
なんだこれ。遠坂には触れるのに、どうして。
I can't get the mud off no matter what. I panic and frantically try to free her. There.
無駄ですよ、先輩。私の影は私しか解除できない。先輩程度の技量じゃ逆に取り込まれてしまいます。
さくら。
Sakura speaks in a cold voice I've never heard from her.
さくら、その顔。
My rage turns to ice. Sakura's neck. Something that looks like a tattoo is consuming her. It doesn't look like it, but it's a command spell. A mysterious command spell is crawling all over Sakura's body.
驚いたな。よっぽど急いできたんだ、先輩。けどやっぱり慌ててるんですね。兄さんがどうなったのか見てきたのに私を叱らないんだもの。
それはいい。シンジのことは今は話さなくていい。さくらが落ち着いてからちゃんと話を聞く。
That's right. I have to talk with Sakura right now. Zokin said a lot of crazy things, but they're all lies. Sakura is still Sakura. She's talking to me like always, and...
いいえ、私はそんな話はしたくないし、先輩とも話したくない。喋るのは私だけでいいんです。先輩も姉さんも兄さんも町の人たちも、もう私に口を出すことなんてできないんだから。
A chill runs down my back. No, this isn't just a chill. It's an intensely cold thorn, as if a knife were slashed from my brain down to my waist.
それより先輩、なんで姉さんをかばうんですか？
My vision whites out for a second. A shadow is standing behind Sakura. The chill runs throughout my body, paralyzing me with fear. That's Sakura. Even when I heard that shadow of Sakura, I could bear it. But now that I've seen it, I know. My left arm melted when it merely touched it. The thing that went around town killing people like a machine is Sakura. My throat goes dry. My eyeballs convulse. My vision wavers as if space itself is twisted. Every cell in me screams a warning, trying to defrost my frozen body. But it doesn't melt. Sakura's presence isn't human, but something different. It's not her vast magical energy that got to me. There's only one reason why my body's frozen. Sakura is being hostile towards me.
そう、いつもそうでした。私を守ってくれるって言ったのに、先輩は私だけを見てくれなかった。
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were in the house and he was looking after you. You chose to leave.
でもいいんです。そういう人だから、私、先輩が欲しかった。
My vision distorts. The words from Sakura I don't know cause my mind to break apart. It tells me it's not her. She's not Sakura. Something I shouldn't think about fills my brain.
先輩、私といると苦しいでしょ。先輩にとって私がどれだけ重荷なのかよくわかっています。先輩は私といる限りずっと苦しみ続けてしまう。だから私、先輩の前から消えないといけなかった。
The shadow dances around. The ground is like a stage for a shadow picture.
けど、できないんです。私にとって嬉しいことは先輩だけだから。 それに先輩だって私からは離れられない。先輩はこれ以上自分を裏切ることができないから。だから殺してあげます。そうすればずっとそばにいてくれるし、何より先輩はもう苦しまなくていいでしょう。
The shadow stretches. It surges forth like a wave, trying to swallow me along with Tosaka. I react by instinct, pushing Tosaka away. The black tide sweeps over me. I don't even think about avoiding it myself. I was frightened. I thought Sakura wasn't Sakura for an instant. That knowledge wouldn't let me move my body. I know this. This is the darkness I was showered with before. I'll go insane. I couldn't even bear it for a second back then. My mind will disappear before my body if it falls directly on me. My body shrivels. My warmth fades away. It's more painful and frightening than I thought, so my body struggles to break free. But I can't jump. First of all, there's no ground to kick off of. I will... I realize that I'm back in the yard. My vision is filled with purple hair.
ライダー、あなた。
I completely forgot we had Ryder. Thank you, Ryder.
これはあなたの命令です、さくら。何があってもエミやシローを守れと。
参った。
It's Ryder that saved me from the black wave.
動かないように。その体で立ち上がれば意識が途絶えます。
No, I can't even stand up. I'm on my knees and just breathing is enough effort to render me unconscious.
そう。私に逆らうのね、ライダー。
You told her to protect Shiro.
なら、あなたも取り込みます。予定外のものを取ったから、これ以上サーバントはいらないのだけど。あなたは、特別にセーバーと同じにしてあげる。
The shadow stands up. Maybe she's serious because Ryder is opposing her. The shadow coming from Sakura covers the whole yard. The whole place is dyed black. Ryder doesn't show signs of running away but stares at the creeping shadow like a criminal awaiting execution.
そこまでよ。余計なことはしない方がいいわ、さくら。あなた、これ以上取り込むと戻れなくなるから。
エリア。
The shadow stops its advance.
それはどういう意味ですか、イリアスフィール。
言葉通りの意味よ。ライダーを取り込んでも、シローを殺しても、リンを再起不能にしても、今のさくらには意味がないってこと。時間の無駄だし、八つ当たりはそのあたりにしておいたら。
What's she up to? Ilya walks over to Sakura.
さくらは私が目的なんでしょ。なら早く済ませましょう。おとなしく一緒に行ってあげるから。あんなの放っておきなさい。
正気ですか。私が欲しいのはあなたの心臓だけ。私と来るということは、殺されても構わないということです。
そんなの分かってるわ。けどどっちにしたって殺されるんだし、抵抗しても無駄でしょ。とりあえず今はさくらが一番強いんだし。
Ilya talks without emotion. It pisses me off. In my condition, I can't figure out what Ilya is trying to say.